What's going on, guys? 7up07 here. Welcome to another episode of Recent Gaming Purchases. Got all kinds of fun stuff again, some pretty cool finds lately, both online and at some local shops, as well as like the typical eBay, all the same sources as I usually do. More stuff from GameStop than usual this time, but only a little bit more. Just a couple of eBay sales, but mostly, as per usual in my recent pickup videos, it's been from the Facebook groups. That's always what provides me a lot of great games at really good prices. Because anywhere else you go, the prices can be tremendously high, and I don't want to pay that much. So, you really do find some good trades and stuff on there, and this episode will be no exception with some of the awesome trades that I got. I'm going to start with this one lot. I believe I have the whole lot here, but it was quite big, and I did not have to pay very much for it. I feel like something is separated from it, but it doesn't really matter. There were all kinds of games in it for all different kinds of systems. I think I might have scattered some of them throughout some of the rest of this, so I'm a little unorganized in this video. I apologize, but it's okay. Anyway, a lot of games in this lot. Most of them kind of whatever, but this guy ended up spending almost as much on the shipping as he charged for the whole lot, so I felt a little bad about it, but at the same time there were like a couple games in there I wanted. He refused to separate them, so I asked him for a price on the whole lot. He gave me a very, very low price, almost what I was going to pay for just a couple of games that I wanted, so I just went ahead and bought the whole lot. One PS3 game, MLB The Show 8. Quite a few PS2 games. Legends of Wrestling 2. WWE SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. No manual in that one. SWAT Global Strike Team. Like I said, just a lot of like really kind of mediocre games. And then there were these two. These are the ones I bought it for, actually. Disney Sports Soccer. Complete. And Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. Had the second Jedi Knight, but did not have the Jedi Academy one. So definitely wanted that, as well as this one, De Blob. I had been wanting to pick that up for a while. Not an expensive game by any means, just supposed to be pretty fun. And then Nerf N-Strike. So a couple of Wii games there. And then a little stack of kind of whatever PS1 games. There was Driver. Auto Destruct. Destruction Derby 2, that is a greatest hits. This is WCW back then, Mayhem, still sealed. Frogger 2, no booklet on that one, but it does have the back art. Pac-Man World, which I remember playing a long time ago when I was a kid, and I did enjoy it quite a bit if I remember correctly. Kind of an interesting spin on Pac-Man. Space Invaders. And that is all for that lot, actually. So I want to say that the whole lot ended up costing me $25 or something like that, shipping included. So well worth the price on that one. Here's another little stack. Most of these were either purchases or trades from Facebook groups as well. I believe these were all trades. I don't remember what I traded for any of these. I've been sitting on these for a little while, so forgive me if I don't have the full story behind everything that I bought, because some of this has been sitting here waiting to be filmed for a good little while. So, first one, I got these all together. Painkiller Hell Wars, adding to that collection of Xbox exclusives I'm trying to get. Dead Man's Hand. And the original Forza Motorsport. Somehow had not gotten that one yet. I think I used to have it a while back, and I must have gotten rid of it for some reason. That's one that I actually sort of actively remember getting rid of, not just one of the ones that went missing. So I'm not sure where that went, but I got it again, got another copy. Rally Sport Challenge 2. I'd gotten the first one at a thrift shop a while back, so went ahead and got the second one. These actually, that one and then the rest I'm about to show you, these all actually came from the local shop up not far from where we live. It's the only video game store around here that's not a GameStop, which is becoming pretty common these days, I think. Most of them just don't last. But this is the one I always talk about that we go and trade stuff in. and sometimes I buy some stuff. I usually just get store credit from them. I should have taken stuff with me that day. I have a bunch of extra stuff that's just sort of hard to sell individually and honestly not worth it. Just better to get the trade-in credit for it, but I didn't have any of it with me that day. I actually wasn't planning on being up there, but I went ahead and picked up some of these original Xbox games because they're priced well and they were ones on my list to get. So, especially if I don't see them every day. Funny enough, this one wasn't even on my list, but it's very clearly a Xbox exclusive, so I'm not sure why this one had eluded my, what I thought was a pretty complete list. Clearly I'm going to have to go back through and double check my list, but I think it's pretty complete. There's just a few titles here and there that I still find that are not on it. Kakuto Chojin, Back Alley Brutal. This is even developed by Microsoft Studios, so I really don't know why this never showed up on any of my lists. Tron 2.0 Killer App. This one was originally on a different system. I don't remember, I think maybe just PC, and then it was released as Killer App for the Xbox. Chase Hollywood Stunt Driver. I imagine this has to be pretty similar to that Stuntman game, which I have on PS2, but I don't know specifically. It has to be about the same, though. You just sort of do these setup stunts for movies, and they film you. Pro Fishing Challenge. This is just an awesome one. It's published by Atlas. I don't think they developed this. I don't see anyone else's name on it, so they might have possibly developed this game. I don't know. But just, you have, it looks like it's probably a pretty typical fishing game, but there's something so overtly sexual about it. The girl on the back with the surprised look, and then it says size does matter. Just something a little fishy about that, if you will. I need to stop. Okay, a couple here. These actually came, well, no, only this one did. This one came from eBay. It was just the case and manual. You may remember a while back, Game Hunter 11, maybe 10. One of the ones we went to the flea market. Got a bunch of loose discs from someone, all from the same seller there at the flea market. And Guardians Crusade was one of them. And I had been trying to track down a case and manual for quite some time. And I finally came across one for about $8 on eBay. So that worked out pretty well. That's a good value for that game. Meaning I ended up paying about, I think I got all those loose discs for $1 each. So about $9 or $10 for a complete Guardians Crusade. Pretty decent. I also got this from someone on a Facebook group. Just bought it straight out because he had a nice price on it. And this is one that I had gotten a loose disc of, and all of that huge PS1 lot that we bought from the guy on Craigslist a while back had a loose Breath of Fire 4 in it, and I had been trying to find a case and manual, had no luck, so I decided just to go ahead, get this, and I'll probably, in the long run, if everything goes according to plan, only pay $6 or $7, including all my shipping costs and stuff, $6 or $7 extra for this case and manual, so it worked out pretty well. Alright, this is actually a stack. My mom came to visit not long ago. You'll see a Game Hunter video with the stuff that she got with me. She went out with me to the flea market one day and stuff while she was here, but she still looks out. You know, she's on the other side of the country now. So she still kind of looks out for me to see if there's any games worth buying. They don't have anything great, you know, it's usually just in Goodwills or whatever, places she's already at shopping, so it's not like she's going to find some great Craigslist deal or something like that, but she does look in the Goodwills when she's there just to see, and she'll ask me if there's stuff I want, or sometimes she just knows. So she did find a couple things and actually brought them with her when she came out here to visit, so nothing special at all. Some games I like a lot, but nothing valuable or anything. First is Contender for PS1. A series of unfortunate events. A little stack of PS2 games here, which I'm always after. Crash Tag Team Racing, which I actually just recently got a copy of this, so this is now a spare that I'll get rid of. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. That's another one that I had loose disc, missing the case and manual, and never wanted to drop the $4 or $5 that they ask for on eBay for a case and manual for that. It's just not worth it. Onimusha Warlords, that is definitely the better of all the finds here, I think. and then Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, which both of those are pretty cool games to find. So, nice little stack, just nice additions, free gifts that I got for her visiting, so that was nice. Alright, I will go to these now. Got a couple of harder to find games from this guy, as well as just a silly game I wanted to play, which we'll start with that one. That is Lego Island 2: The Brickster's Revenge. Loved this game as a kid, had it on Game Boy Color and on the PC, so I plan on playing this one. Never played the PS1 version. I know Nisha also liked the first one as a kid. I don't think she ever played this one though, so we'll have to give this one a shot together. Next from him, I got Call of Cthulhu: Dark Corners of the Earth. This one is one, I think it's put out by Bethesda. This is supposed to be a really, really cool game. I look forward to giving this one a shot. This was going to be one of the harder to track down original Xbox games. I went ahead and nabbed it from him, had a pretty nice price on it. This game is getting quite pricey, and with the new Call of Cthulhu coming out soon, I think this one's going to go up in price even more, so I went ahead and grabbed it now. And as well from him, I got a very nice minty copy of Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages, which this is actually one that I never owned. I only had Oracle of Seasons. I've had the same copy of Seasons since I was a little kid, but I never had Ages, so of course I went ahead and held out for a complete in-box copy, and he gave me a really, really nice bundle price on all these. So for these two games, which are ones that were high on my list to look for, really was okay paying him a little bit for them, but overall, really nice price for these. This box is immaculate, and so are the insides, of course. Alright, and then going off of that Zelda, also got a nice little birthday present from Nisha this year. Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks. Already had the case and manual, so she found a loose cartridge for me. This is one that I just never committed to find. I could never find it loose. I found this case and manual, like I said, pretty cheap a while back, and another lot of case and manuals, and I just could not find the loose cart for less than like $30, so she finally just went ahead and bought it for me so I could finally have Spirit Tracks. Find Phantom Hourglass constantly, so this being one of the newer ones, it should be an easier to find Zelda game, but for some reason I just never found it in the wild, so really, really awesome to finally have that. And that only leaves a few Zelda games left. I'm not going to list them all, but there's only a few, and it's the older ones that are like the Game Boy or the NES that require the boxes that are going to obviously be harder to find. So that should be the last, other than like the Wii U remakes and stuff, that should be the last newer Zelda game to find. Alright, GameStop had a little sale going on not too long ago, so we picked up a few things here and there. I guess it was a buy two, get one at one point, and then I think another time we just sort of bought a few games because they were cheap and we were there. I'm trying to buy a lot of Wii games from GameStop right now because they have nice prices on most of them. Some of them are a little overpriced, but the majority of them are really nice prices on them. So I'm looking for quite a few specific games. If GameStop has them, you will save quite a bit of money. So looking for quite a few of those, and just trying to build up the collection a little bit through GameStop because it's really a great place to buy your Wii games right now. First, this is just a stupid silly one, Ultimate I Spy. It was an 89-cent game, and we both love and hate the I Spy games. Mostly me, I hate it. It's painful, but they're a lot of stupid fun. So, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles: The Crystal Bearers, and this actually came with the soundtrack in there, which was a nice bonus. Never seen it with the soundtrack before, so I picked that one up right away for $8.99. And of course, it probably ended up being a little cheaper than that. Also got Endless Ocean. This is one of those kind of quirky Wii games that are supposed to be very, very fun. I've seen people play it, and it looks interesting enough. It's like a documentary you play through if you've never seen it. Got the Journey Collector's Edition, which this comes with Flow, Flower, and Journey, all remastered, which is pretty nice. Haven't taken that one out yet, but been wanting to play this one. I had seen so much footage of how cool these games looked, and then never actually played any of them myself, so. Next is Tales of Symphonia, Dawn of the New World. Whew. Next up is Tales of Symphonia, Dawn of the New World. Of course, all of these are complete. Awesome series. Haven't played this one though, so I went ahead and picked it up as it's an under $10 RPG game on the Wii. Why not? Metroid Other M. Of course, a very controversial game among Metroid fans, but I had to pick it up for the collection, and I will definitely give it a shot one day. Seen plenty about it, but never played it myself. As a lot of Wii games, I'm really behind on my Wii games. No More Heroes. Awesome, awesome Wii game. Very affordable for how great it is, so definitely worth a pickup. And Lost Planet 2. Have not played Lost Planet 2, but the first one is pretty cool game. Okay, oh, I also forgot to mention, Mom brought this too. She found that. It's quite heavy. I think it's supposed to talk, but it doesn't work. So I'll have to pop it open and see if it needs batteries or something. Got a few games from a guy in a trade. He got just a couple of things from me, like kind of shovelware games, you know, whatever stuff I had lying around. I think he was going for a complete collection and needed a few. So I got a few things from him. Got a pretty nice trade value out of it. Nothing like super extraordinary, but some cool stuff. Gundam Battle Assault 2, PS1. The Adventures of Bayou Billy for the NES. Again, I like to get a few NES carts here and there as I can. De Blob 2, of course, earlier this video we had shown I got the first one, so there's the second one as well. And Mobile Light Force 2. So kind of filling in a couple holes in my collection as well. We helped each other out on that one. Okay, I got all these together from... Wait, no, these were from the same guy. What am I thinking? Yeah, these were the same guy. Got Miss Pac-Man from him. This one's complete. Already had one copy of this, but without the box and manual, so have an extra loose cart now, but this one I wanted to go ahead and get completed as he was offering it. Forgotten Worlds for Genesis. This is without the manual, unfortunately, but again, the value he was trading to me, it was too good to say no, and this is supposed to be quite a good game, actually. And then another one I had been searching for a long time, one I found a long time ago, never played it as a kid, but I had discovered this game during my first days of retro gaming the second time around, when I first started collecting, and I had played this game a couple times but never managed to find it myself, which is Rocket Knight Adventures. Very, very fun game. I actually got this one without a manual from the guy, and tracked down a manual for just a few dollars on eBay, so ended up being well worth it. This is a great Genesis game if you've never played it. Alright, we'll do these. Got these, just a couple of Dreamcast games. We were down a couple hours south of here on a trip, and we were out in town, and I noticed there was like a music game store, so we popped in for a second. And most of their stuff was really badly priced. They had no idea what they were doing. All of it was at least $5 or $6 over market value. And this was a big store. This wasn't like just a local store upcharging a lot because they need to make money. This was a store with a huge inventory of items, and it was very clear why they had so much, because they weren't selling it. They were so overpriced. But I did find a couple things that were fairly priced there, so I went ahead and picked them up. Sega Marine Fishing, just about $4 for that one, so that was alright. And then Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. This is a game I loved as a kid when it first came out. Didn't play the Dreamcast version though, I played the PS1 version, so wanted to go ahead and pick this up, and I figured Dreamcast would be a cool system to get it on. Okay, got these. This was kind of an interesting deal. So this guy had a couple of kind of rarer PS1 loose disc games he was trying to sell, and then he said, okay, if you buy one of these, he had 3 games, I think. Missed out on the first one, which was a better game that I wanted to play. I forget what it was now. Ended up getting one anyway because there was another game he said you can choose from this list of games to get for free with it. So I went ahead and got one, because not only was he selling these loose discs way under market value, but he was giving away a free game with it, and they were not half bad games. So I went ahead and got it. The loose disc I got from him was Raystorm, a nice Working Designs PS1 title. This is on some other systems as well. I want to say it was originally a Saturn game. Please forgive me if I'm wrong. I'm not a huge Saturn collector, even though I would like to be, just don't have the budget for it. So that one, again, I think I paid $15 for these. Got the loose disc and the free game, and just the free game is about worth that on its own, so pretty awesome. Blackstone Magic and Steel. So I knocked out another original Xbox title. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the manual, as you could see, but that's alright. It was too good of a deal to pass up, so I'll find a manual or just hold out and find another copy eventually. But I'm not going to let a manual stop me from getting something every single time. It's just nice to have, so. Lastly, did another little trade with someone. I forget what for. I want to say I traded a... Maybe this was a GameCube Game Boy Player disc. I traded that to somebody. I don't remember. It doesn't really matter. Got a few things for it. Ratchet and Clank Future, Tools of Destruction. That one does have a manual. Some of these don't have manuals. Ratchet and Clank Into the Nexus. I believe this is one that didn't have an actual manual. They did a... yeah, I think this is one that they did a digital manual on. So at some point they stopped doing those. Also got a couple of PSP games from him. Power Stone Collection. Power Stone is an awesome game. If you've never played it, I really want to get the Dreamcast ones. Darkstalkers Chronicles The Chaos Tower. That's supposed to be a fun little game as well, a fun little fighting game. I've heard good things about the Darkstalkers series, so... and then last, and let's face it, probably least also, went ahead and got the latest limited run game, which is apparently, Nisha makes fun of me because I've never heard of this game before they announced this physical release of it. Apparently quite an infamous game on the internet back a little while ago. Octodad Dadliest Catch, the latest limited run. So got it on PS4 as well as the PS Vita. This is actually one I really want to play just for the stupidity factor of it, how ridiculous it is. So I'll see, maybe I'll end up just downloading it for the computer just to get the experience and keep that for the collection to maintain its value. It's stupid just to say, but like, Limited Run doesn't make very good games, so I literally only buy them because I know they're going to go up in value. It's their whole premise, so I mean, I think it's kind of silly, but I'm going to cash in on it, so I'm going to continue buying their stuff. I just got their latest batch of games as well. They haven't come in yet, though. So that is it for this video. I'll have some more coming up. I have more stuff that I'm getting, so I will be showing all that in the next video. So please, as always, make sure that you like this video if you like this video, if you actually like it. If you don't, just do it anyway, because it helps me out. And go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Look out for some new videos coming up soon, and I will see you guys later. Thank you for watching.